Hey everybody, Krista Kutsuna here. And yes, it's been a while again since the last time I posted something. Last time I posted things, it was the snack box for July, and we went to the Philippines? Taiwan. That was the one before that. We went to Taiwan, and we got a bunch of different foods, and it was all really interesting, and etc. Um, and it's been like another week since I posted another video. Well, couple days late because last video you got was on Friday, and here it is Sunday. Um, so, uh, I thought that I would play a game this time instead of doing some other dumb bullshit that you probably don't even care about. Because I was contemplating on doing a video of stuff that I got from the mall last weekend. Um, Me and my friend went out to the mall. We had lunch first, and she and I went to the mall, which was right across the street. And I wasn't planning on buying anything. She actually wanted to go to the mall for something for herself. She didn't end up finding what she wanted, but I ended up buying a bunch of stuff at Hot Topic. I ended up buying lots of stuff at Claire's. Um, and she brought me a bunch of stuff for my birthday, which isn't actually my birthday yet. My birthday isn't until next month. But she went ahead and got me a whole bunch of stuff that's Five Nights at Freddy's related, and some other like candy and stuff. So we did all that, and I was going to show you the stuff that I got from there, but I was like, who wants to see a mall haul? I mean, if you guys want me to, I might still do it, even though it's like be like late from when I got it. But instead, I decided to do this, which I mentioned before, which is Pokemon Quest, that I actually haven't played recently, but it's an app that is supposed to be for your phone and or tablet. And basically, you start off. I mean, this is my camp already. You can see all the little Pokemons already running around. Already got like the third stage pot here, and these statues and whatnot. So basically, you come up onto this island, and this little doohickey right here scouts ahead and tells you like what places you can go to, the places you can expedite or whatever. This is my current team. So when I do go off and expedite expedition, those are my three Pokemon there. You only get three Pokemon to do your little travels. But you can see the Pokemons that I have here currently, and the decorations that I do have. Looks like an Abra we picked up an Abra during my um, time away. So you see this pot here, it's cooking, and it has a 0 out of 3. Each time you do an expedition, it will keep cooking your stuff. The stuff is what you get when you, I'll just go ahead and turn it on. Now, when you get your pot, finished, you click on it, and it will attract Pokemon, depending on what ingredients you put into it. Now, there's probably a bunch of other YouTube videos out there that will explain, like, what ingredients do what, and there is a website, or various websites and YouTube videos that you can watch that will tell you which ingredients to put into your pot to get what you want. So you start off with like the bronze pot, and I got another Abra. You start off with a bronze pot, or this dumb one. Then it's bronze, so it's like a regular like 3 ingredients. So you see these ingredients here. You have this, which is tiny mushrooms, a blackberry, an apricorn, a fossil, rainbow matter. Can't read that one, which is like I forgot what it's called, a shell or something. Then you got icy rock, honey, balm mushroom, and this thing here, which is a rainbow shell, but those are super rare, and I haven't even gotten any because I'm not in the right area. But basically, the more you put of an ingredient, like you can only put 3 into this section here. But if you hit this, it will turn to bronze, and it will put 10 of these ingredients in here. And if you do it again, it will put 15 of those ingredients in. And there's a gold one, which will do 15, or probably 20, or whatever ingredients. So basically, you just put in the aforementioned ingredients into your pot. If you just put whatever, you get a mulligan stew. But if you put in like a bunch of yellow ones, you'll get a Watsa risotto. Hot pot for all red, Eliza's error, etc., etc. So there's actually like a website that I was looking at to see like what the actual ingredients are, because you actually have to put in the ingredients depending on like how many of each one you put in. So like you could put like 3 of these and like 2 of those or something like that. So it just depends on doesn't really show you on here how to do it, but there is a place which you can go. So I'll put like a bunch of yellow ones in here just to see if you can make one of these. And like the better like quality pot you use is like the better chance you have of getting a stronger Pokemon. So the better pot you use, the stronger or the higher level Pokemon you get. So I'll go ahead and do that to start that off. And it shows you how many turns you have to do, so it takes 5 turns. You have your options and your quests and your Pokedex, expeditions. You have this thing here, which is the shop, and it shows you basically stuff that you can buy. So you got these cushions, decorations, which are power-ups, essentially, which if you put them out into your area, you get stuff like better power-ups, just like this thing here, more ingredients for recycling. That one there's success or move learning. So each one has a different power-up or whatever. So that's something to look for or look into when you're building your camp. But basically, all the Pokemon that you have, you start out with like a very small bag. So like your bag when you come into your edit team. Now this is kind of interesting. It kind of reminded me of like you have all these Pokemon, and this is like your slots. So I have 3 slots, 3 like grids here of however many. That's what, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So you got 20 slots for each one. So I got 60 slots. Yeah, this is right here. Duh. 20 out of 60. This is who I have that I can change around. Because each expedition essentially has a type advantage. So if you like go into a grass expedition, your type advantage would be fire. So you'd want to have a fire Pokemon and have it be a pretty decent strength. Now this is my like power overall because of these things, which are power charms. So if you click on your team and you go into the corner here, you see that you get these things here. Each time you do an expedition, you have a chance of getting some of these, which are, you got the power charms, or attack charms, and the health charms. The blue ones are the health ones, the red ones are the attack power. So you see that with this setup here, Seadra's hit points or health points is 975. So he's kind of on the weaker end, where it's more likely for him to die. Like he might die faster because his hit point or health is lower than compared to like, or his attack is pretty strong. So it might balance out between like how strong he is compared to how like his attack is compared to his health. And then I have Raichu, which his, because sometimes it flips. So like his is pretty even. His his health is kind of even to his attack. So it's a lesser chance that he will get knocked out because it's pretty even. And for Growlithe, um, he's got a really low um, health and a pretty strong attack. But then you see these things here. These things here are actually his attacks, or his things. So you got Flame Charge, which will power up fire moves, and then he's got Flamethrower, and then he's got Mostly Power. So like this will open up with more attacks. This will open up with more attacks or more levels, and so on and so forth. So you basically just keep switching them out. Anytime you get higher ones, you just keep switching them out, and then your power gets stronger. These things here are like additional things that you can put on them. So this one has a weightless stone. So you have a lesser wait time for your power to recharge. Then you have the broad burst stone, which has your AOE area of effect be wider. You have this, which is scatter shot, moves numbers of shots, so it gives you more shot. I don't know. And then you have the stay long, so you got the effect duration on there as well. So basically, it's just a matter of, and you can recycle these too. So like you can recycle the ones that are shitty, and then get more ingredients, because you do get these when you do an expedition, but sometimes you don't get what you need. So recycling is also a good way of getting those. I will do an expedition here in a second, and then you can see what that entails. So I'm not really strong enough to keep going into like a new expedition, but basically, you got your bonuses and stuff, and your other quests and things here, and this up here is your power level. So like with most apps, like if you battle, I mean, it does this with this particular one, it doesn't matter if you win. If you win, it still takes the energy. Because I know like a lot of those apps, like when you're playing them, if you keep winning, your energy doesn't go down, but if you lose, then your energy goes down because you have to refresh your energy and blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an expedition, and I'll show you the ones excuse me, that I've cleared already. Oh, okay, whatever, that works for me. Okay, so these ones here are ones that I've cleared already, and this is like basically the whole island. All the rest of the ones are open for me, and this one here is like the ultimate island that you, I guess, want to go to at the end. I forgot what it's called, but that's like mega super island or whatever. So you had this here, which was the first step, which is the first step of coming into the island, and then you have Gloomy Grove, which was the bonus type was fire on that one because it was a grass area. Then you had the Backforth Brook, which was water-ish, so the grass was stronger there. Then you have the Parched Peak flying, so it was probably rock. It doesn't really tell you, but I'm guessing it's probably ground or rock. Then this here, which was a lot of psychic stuff and poison, psychic and poison. So water was good there. So the one, oh, this is the last one. A Pincushion Plain, which the best one was Bug because it was mostly like again, colorless or something. I don't remember, but these are the ones I'm working on now. I haven't really done these two yet because I'm definitely not strong enough for those. But this is Miasma Moor, which is poison. And then you have up here, which is Hushed Highlands, which is, I forgot what that one is. But I usually just go with this one here, even though I've cleared it already, because the next level, 8-2, is 7200, and I've only got 7025. So chances are that since I don't have a ground Pokemon, and I don't have any bonuses, I'm not going to beat this one over here. So until I get some more power rocks and health rocks, or health charms, it's not going to be really that great to try to fight it. So basically, you have this thing, you can run it on auto, where it just fights it for you. So you can set it, forget it, go off and do something real fast, come back, and it will show you whether or not you've won or not. So that's pretty convenient. Or you could just take auto off and do everything manually if you wanted to. I'm kind of a good component, or a good I like things when they do them automatically sometimes, because I don't have to think about it. And if they know what it usually knows what it's doing, so it's mostly uh, auto for me. When I first started playing the game, I did do manually, but you have to concentrate a lot and figure out where the Pokemon are. Actually, technically, I don't have. Actually, it ran by itself to the point where, like, it auto found the Pokemon for you, but it didn't do the attacks for you. So you had to choose between your two attacks, whether you wanted to do this one or this one, and it just does that by itself. So, Seadra's got Twister and Icy Wind, Raichu's got Thundershock and Thunderbolt, and then, of course, Growlithe's got Flame Charge and Flame Thrower. These are my best Pokemon at the moment because I've, been working with them and putting the power things on. The other one that I had was a Dodrio, and that one was pretty strong for flying. So that was good. But I'm not gonna like start this over and do like a series on this. I just kind of wanted to show off, like my little world here, which technically haven't actually really been playing too much lately. The reason why is because when a game to me gets to the point where I'm kind of stuck on it, not because of any like brain teaser or like anything on my end really. Like when I play like Bejeweled or any of those other kind of puzzle games, you have to think about how you want to move your pieces, and sometimes it comes down to luck, whether you get the pieces you need or not. But other times it's like you have to think about like how you want to move the pieces, how you want them to fall, and if you keep losing the same level over and over again, you get frustrated. But here, the reason why I got kind of stopped was because I can't get my power level any higher than what I already have, because I'm not getting any stronger of those charms. And the charms are what really do it, because without the charms, you're pretty much, SOL concerning your power level. So when it comes to, like, I mean, you can level up, sure, and that will help, like, your attack power and stuff also. But it's, like, really slow going. And when I come to these kind of things that slow me down, I work a little bit at it. And if it doesn't yield the results that I really want, then I'm kind of like, I might come back to it later, I might not. So I did mention, this as a game to play, so that's why I'm playing it now. But when it comes to something like me playing it long term or extensively, probably not going to happen. So that won't be a thing. But I might come back to it again, just to see like what's on this thing without like seeing any other people playing it. The only thing that I looked up was the recipes, because I wanted to see like what all the combinations of berries and other ingredients stuff you needed to get certain stuff. And I got a bunch of hits and stuff, and I clicked on one and it gave me like pictures of what goes into the ingredient or into the pot to make certain things. And if you add the rainbow ones, the rainbow is kind of like a wild card, so it can substitute any particular ingredient that you don't have, and it will also kind of make it special, and you're likely to get better Pokemon. So like the more of the rainbow ones that you use, the more likely you're going to get like a more unusual Pokemon from that particular batch. And the shells, the rainbow shells that I showed you on the recipe here, Those last ones that I haven't even gotten to because of the rarity of them, they're like in the later uh, areas, and I haven't gotten any from any expeditions yet. But if you got a bunch of those and put them in your pot, those are for the mystic Pokemon. So like for Mew and I guess Zapdos and Articuno and all those things. But so far, these are all the little Pokemons that I have now. You can also train yourself. If you go to your team, you can go to training, which is over here, and it will give you the choice to either train your Pokemon to level it up or train your move. So you click on one of your Pokemon, and then you use the ones that you don't use as fodder to train. So if you're getting kind of full up on Pokemon and you don't have any room for them, then you just bring them over here and use them as training fodder. So it's kind of sad that you're doing that to your Pokemon, but I guess technically they're not really yours. They're just there. I mean, you're not in Pokeball. They're not in Pokeballs. You didn't catch them. You attracted them using food. So like all these guys are just running around like willy-nilly. You don't have any sort of like ball system whatsoever. So everybody just runs around, on their own volition. So I don't think they're technically ours. So they can run away for training, and you don't really feel bad, I guess, because they're actually not. You're not actually killing your own Pokemon to train your other team. But yeah, that was Pokemon Quest. I'm actually playing this on BlueStacks. I'm not sponsored at all by this. I don't even know what to call it. Platform kind of thing. I was actually looking to see why my phone wouldn't or tablet wouldn't play Pokemon Quest, and then I came up on saying somebody searched, are there alternate ways of playing Pokemon Quest? And then I got up to this this platform thing that's called BlueStacks, and I'm not actually sure if it will show up if I did that. Would it? Yeah, okay, it will. So BlueStacks, this is my apps, the App Center. It will show you, these are all the apps that are like showing up now. But if like you searched for something up here, it will actually show you like all the different stuff that you, like if you search for Food Fantasy, which I did, it will actually bring you to the App Store, and you can download it directly from the App Store onto your thing, and it basically emulates a phone. So the kind of weird thing about it though is when I signed up for, started this up, it made it seem like since my computer is a little bit more higher end than my other one, it saw this computer as a Google Pixel. And so ever since I signed up with my Google account, the security says we've encountered a sign-in from a different location. Is this you? And it says Google Pixel, and I'm like, wow, that's like a really high-end phone. So it counts my PC as a Google Pixel, and I keep getting emails about the Google Pixel that I just acquired, which I actually didn't really. So it's kind of cheating the system a little bit. But I've had like other people playing this game or playing this platform or using this platform for other apps and stuff, and it's decent for like playing games that don't use GPS. Because I was going to try and download that Jurassic Park Alive, which is basically like Pokemon Go but with dinosaurs. And I tried to download that, and it downloaded, but it basically couldn't like tell where I was at because this computer doesn't have GPS, so it couldn't connect to the GPS, and it was just I had to delete it. But so anything that uses GPS or anything like that to track your location, not such a great platform for that. But for games like these where you can play them on your computer and not have to worry about eating up your memory on your phone or your battery on your phone or whatever, it's pretty good for that. So if you want to check out some, you know, games where you can play them on your computer instead of on your phone/tablet, check it out. BlueStacks. It's not really that hard to forget, but yeah. So that's Pokemon Quest, and sorry again for the delay in the video. I'm trying to get them out as I can, because we're still in the middle of all this bullshit. So, thanks for sticking by, and of course, I will see you next time. See you later, everybody.